Okay, here we are. I'm back with another video about my LunaFix Stealth. I just want to quickly show you a couple mods and just talk a little bit more about some of the things that I've kind of figured out in riding this bike for a little while. So first of all, I want to show you this really cool mod we've got. This is a Sturmey Archer 3-speed shifter. It's made to go with the Nexus hub shifter that comes with this bike. Now, when you buy the bike, it has the twist style shifter, which I'm not super enthusiastic about, to be honest with you. I found it very awkward, both physically and actually I had a lot of shifting problems. And I noticed on the forums when people talk about this bike, they report lots of shifting issues as well. So I wanted to try this out for those reasons, and also because, as you can see, now I can actually use much bigger grips. I do have issues with my hands, so having and my elbows too, and having the nice big grips to take some of that tension or some of the pressure off of like my hands and spread it out has been great. So yeah, I want to try it out and just got this put on, and it absolutely shifts like a dream now. It's just absolutely perfect. It's took a little bit of playing around to find a good position for it. I kind of wish that they designed it to go under instead of on top, because you can see like in two, it's kind of right up against your hand here, but this is okay. But when I pushed it too far forward, it was kind of weird. But this is totally out of the way, 1, and then 3, which is you're going to be in most of the time, totally fine. So yeah, I thought it was really cool, and I just thought you guys would enjoy seeing that. The other mod that I did real quick is I just put on these brace face pedals. They've got the little kind of screw head, sort of, not screw head, but the screw style piece sticking out of here, which really gives you some, that and the wider platform really grips on, and this kind of nice in this type of weather when you have a real solid grip on that pedal. As you watched my previous videos, you know that I've had a bit of issues with these, so I did take it to the bike shop and have them put them on just to be sure. There was no problem getting them off my old bike, but yeah. So anyways, that's pretty much it for the new modifications. I did get a monkey light there, which was a gift over the holidays by a friend, so I could make patterns. I'll try to make get some ride footage showing what that looks like with all my crazy lights that I use for commuting. I hope your winter commuting is going off well, everybody. It's a tough time of year to be a bike commuter, but you got to be hardcore, right? So yeah, that's about all I was going to talk about. So being winter, it has been kind of stormy, and a lot of wind, a lot of headwinds. And so I've been trying to experiment with like trying to not completely lose all the range when I'm riding into the wind. So I found that actually staying in the higher gear and third gear, but pedaling less, going slower. So I'm, only shooting for about maybe 15 to 18 miles an hour on my speed, but I'm in third gear. Actually seem to be using less battery power. So I was able to kind of, from a day-to-day comparison, doing that versus going faster using a lower gear, I got more range out of the battery. But boy, you can really see it if you guys are familiar with the display here. I'll show you it. So on this side just shows the overall amount of charge left on your battery. I have it set as percentage, but here on this side, this is the watts they're using, and so it's kind of like up to about the halfway point it'll be green, and then it'll start to get yellow and then red at the top. So it's funny when you're riding into the wind, when it's a gusty day, you'll be down here, and then all of a sudden a big gust will be pushing right up against you, and you go way up to there. So you can really see how much battery you're using right off the just when you're looking at that. So that's kind of a good indicator, but also just how much you have left at the end of your ride. If you're riding the exact same amount every day, then obviously you can make good comparisons with that. So, you know, reducing weight, getting down into a more aerodynamic position when you're in a headwind obviously makes a difference. Keeping that tire pressure at a good, you know, out of 60, 65 I was doing for these are 35 millimeter width, so I thought that seemed reasonable. I don't think you should run it any harder than that, and most of the year you might want to actually run a little less than that for comfort's sake, but you know, I'm just trying to get as much charge as possible out of it. So yeah, again, if I can get some footage of me with all my crazy lights, because, you know, even though we're stealth with our bike and our nice cool black clothes, you still want to get seen at night, so lots and lots of lights. So we'll see if we can get some of that in there, and otherwise, yeah, if you have any questions about the Lunafix Stealth, then I'm happy to answer any questions you have, and see you next time.